Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Or why are we so zoomed in? So, I guess we're supposed to look around. And I guess we aren't supposed to leave this area. Oh, that's stealing. Builder's Hearth. Home. Well, let's go up here. Okay. Huh? Another level up. You need more mechanics. Less ranged recovery. And this. Okay. Strange place this is. Let's see. Animal companions don't attack hard, but they've painted characters down really loud.
Hail, Estremore.
Healer and God. Like your songbird, does it have a name? Well, he does. But I'm not my friend's daughter named him. Name his song. They're silly. Short version is Beaker. Tell me about yourself. Wise woman. Cool. I can't get in that box. You fail at opening things, Eater. You can only open most of the things, not all of them. Why not? Okay, so what else is there? Who's in this house? And two-handed melee weapons do a lot of damage. I didn't know that. Thank you, game. Hello? No one? Nope, no one. Chanters can do more than chant. They might not be focused on whacking things in the front line, they're competent enough. I know this is a game. I think I will go down here. What? Tabby cat. Aw, I have a kitty. Pumpkin. Nice. Use this door. You just acquire pets randomly. It's amazing. Have a tiny dragon. With any luck, I can raise the thing into a great fighting beast. It would be amazing. Ooh. Let's see. Hi.
Another Estremore. What do you want?
Wow. Careful, this woman's young for an elder. And looking to prove herself, I think. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
Few Estremoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estremoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Perhaps we can work out an arrangement. I have no wish to cause a stir. I'm afraid not.
Looters have grown bolder at the sights of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Huh? You seem to know something about this. Suddenly you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. He didn't declare, but something is stepped out of her skin and reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamphath Shemak doesn't sit in the passage of the 6 today. He would not be so kind as I.
Uh-huh. Wow! Why are they so loud? Vrult, help me reason with them. Points behind you. Uh-huh. Is that other one? Like, it looks very... He just looks like you. Right, you have a joke. You have no sense of subtlety. They're headed for war. They're headed for war. Remind them of Ferald's warning. Does Ferald's warning mean anything to you? I tried to tell them the Builder's souls have touched even the Estrum.
You'd better explain yourself.
The Builder's souls have touched even the Estermore.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anums, a watcher of souls.
Yes, I am a watcher. That explains much.
Ferald's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Ferald, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamphath of our tribe then. When the Estromoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Ferald urged the other Anamphatha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed.
Uh-huh.
Ferald believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed the builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, he worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations, and you can see where we are today.
After 2 wars with the Deerwood, his warning is more relevant than ever.
While Ferald's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
Shame. Flash object cube, flash reminders. Writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read it. You can't change the past, but the choices you make now do still matter. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estromor came through here a few days ago, and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estromoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man, who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
And now is the time to fix things.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar twin elms from Estromoran to protect the ancient places that the builders left behind. The builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
Okay. See again the polished order cornerstone in your mind. The image is clear. Each is inscribed with race you know by heart. You feel the formed words. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
What do they mean? They meant that Pharaoh's words may be true.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Evron in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
Okay. In the meantime, I should be here. I'd like to know more about you. You're the Animants of the Guided Compass. Like many of them, I have leadership in my blood. It's not strictly heredity. Strong leaders can impart their souls to their children and grandchildren. Yeah. Of course, with all this happening, coming to an end. Nah. Go to Elm's Reach. Got it. Ah, my character has such a way with words. So nice. Come on. Where am I going? Well, it's either here. Yep, Elm's Reach. Come, friends. We have much work to do. Hey. Still, Eshimor, the rest of the city is forbidden. Except by order of one of the Anvatha. It's punishable by death. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. Always too cozy with the Eshimor. Go then, mind your step around the sacred stones. Yeah. Don't trod on your sacred rocks. Got it. Carefully step around, talk to people. New map discovered. It's a nice place. He is very well listed as Ter Evron. Oh, this is weird. What is this? A boar. Aha! Fancy bridge. Hi, Thaos.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara Ix Incios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning, but no longer.
You honor me, Grand Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
How will we get to her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
And how do we get her to move there?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
Great. Why must Thaos have made my life so messed up? Woo, amazing. Tree people. Oh, they're nature godlike. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, rigid and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, bud, and blooms. Hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves, like the drooping branches of the elms above. Pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings. Okay.
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the elms.
Uh-huh.
Do you not feel it, sister? Something familiar. An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. It would pay the debt of his predecessor.
Oh, come on.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
Good! Don't kill me!
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
I seek a man who came through here. It sounds as though you've already met him.
There! By his own admission, Sheila.
Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer. Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything but cordial. The answer is yes, old one. We crossed paths with Thaos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
We seem to be linked, and I kind of want to know why.
Ah, so you do. I should have seen it when you first approached.
We are slipping in our advanced age, sister.
I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake, and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
I just need to get to Thaos.
I am sorry to tell you this, but Thaos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
What's she mean? I thought Mayorwald said, this is permanent! What? But that can't be right, not after everything. There must be someone else we can ask. I'm sorry. To be chained to such a past. A bitter and grievous thing, watching. So all this has been for nothing, and I'm going to lose my mind?
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
I would live with it if I could.
That is the penance we all pay. But penance cannot be paid for a past only known in fragments and glimpses. However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Shiva?
Oh my.
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
What is it?
The man Thaos you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain.
Okay.
But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
If I'm going to get there anyway, I don't see any point in waiting. My past comes in pieces. How do I get it back?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
I see.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Thaos, would he remember? Why would I ask such a stupid question?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
Not that he would tell you, of course.
Go figure.
You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms. The soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. You may have wandered into Thaos' path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
Of course I have.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
You said you know where he went?
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Ingwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
Oh my.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
He may yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Is there another way to get there?
We know of one. On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, Berrath Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
It's cool.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
What do you mean with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow. The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
So what is the court?
No more than a ruin now. It is older than we. A place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below.
Of course they were.
The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
I see. How would I get them to help?
Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself, and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
Who would I pray to? Any gods you can, I should think.
I would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake, the feeling is shared.
How do I pray?
Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
Okay, so the only way to get through is praying for help.
Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
What do you wish to know?
Okay.
Before you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
I need to understand our history, so it may be picturesque, nothing more.
A great many questions still to be answered.
I'll figure out the future later, when I know what the heck's going on.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours. And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned, and it is those that trouble the soul above all others.
Got it.
May you find an answer to yours.
Okay. Damage. Cool. And I have to go pray to gods. This is going to end poorly. My character is not focused. in acting one way. Ah. And that's still being worked on. Uh-huh. Books. No. Save.
I've never seen anything like this. Almost beats the Southern Lights.
Aww. Scott and Anja. I will pray to berrath. Pray to berrath. There's life and death and life. There's a rippling shift in the air around you as if some... Yep. Hi, berrath. We pray to... Oh, amazing. Uh-huh. Wow. Bunin e Aknu and Aknu e Bun. Two of the oldest repentances of berrath. Into the door to see a unreal and the two figures carved in the mountain next to it. One looks vaguely male, the other vaguely female. Only a thin layer of flesh covers their skeletal bodies, which twist to face the doorway between them. The doorway, however, is not what you saw in the ruins. It is a skull, gaping and jawless, and as you look on it, its mouth seems to curl. The arms of two stone sculptures are swept toward the mouth, inviting you in. Enter the skull's mouth. The road continues through the maw to another shifting landscape, surrounded by stars. As you pass through it, you see an identical doorway in the distance. A dwarven man stands near it, unmoving. You turn and look behind you, only to see the skull gate you just passed facing you. An elfin woman waits at the road. Like the dwarf, she stands still. I approach the dwarf. Continue down the road. He looks up as you approach, but until he's looking at her through face is smooth, flaccid, detached from muscles underneath. It's strange. Wow. His cupped hands are covered in blood. He lifts him to his face and smears himself. Wow. Nude face looks masked or visual. Come. Make your sacrifice to the ethnic knoll. Take his hand. Oh. Wow. Okay. Approach the elven woman. Something unnatural about you. She's too still. Oh, of course. Looks to invisible sun. It's a cut of leaves. Oh, of course. You slowly fall from her head to settle. Melt. Oh. Come, graft your soul to the virgin road. Take her hand. Her roots twine around your fingers, and as they do, they grow rigid and cold. Storm petrifies, and as a rough stone bark overtakes her flesh, you break away from her brittle grasp. Trying to flee. Aww. Only the golden leaves on her head remain untouched, fall one by one. Voice echoes along the road, barely moving more than a whisper on the breeze. Return them to the wheel. Leave. Council of Stars. Okay. I understand. But we'll have to go kill them in the next episode. So I'll see you then. Bye.